Hello and welcome to another episode of The Card Show on this Bank Holiday Monday. Hope you're all well, hope you enjoyed the Bank Holiday. But let's get into the episode. Formula 1, I'm going to start there. Charles Leclerc finally winning his home Grand Prix. Ferrari not messing up. Big crash at the beginning. Obviously glad that everyone's okay. I think it's a testament to new designs and safety features. Because I think if that had been a few years back, wouldn't have been as isn't it nice? It's a nice accent, but yeah, it wouldn't have been as lucky, maybe, is the word there. Crazy for Magnussen to go the inside like that, and trying to find a gap that wasn't there. Especially when you last position, your first lap, it's a long way to go in the race, but he's that sort of driver. I think that was a massive get out of jail free card for Carlos Sainz as well after his puncture pulling up on, was it Piastri pulled up on? So yeah, but Charles led from the beginning to the end. I'm sure he was determined more than ever to win that race. A little bit of me, I'm happy for him to win. A little bit of me did want Piastri to nip it. I do think Piastri's a top driver, one to watch out for. But definite, I think he's sort of surpassed a lot of people's maybe expectations and probably gone up the driver ranking list. You look at future world champions. If you go back a couple of years ago, it was George Russell, it was Lando Norris. I'm not saying that he's surpassed them, but you look at the results McLaren have been getting lately, you sort of probably do put him ahead of George Russell now. I think Lando might win a world championship before Russell at this rate. I think the gap now between Verstappen and Leclerc in second is like 31 points. So it makes the season more interesting. Obviously Red Bull, pretty much since Adrian Newey announced he was leaving, have sort of capitulated a little bit. I think a lot of people thought it was going to happen at the beginning of the season, the whole Horner stuff. The allegations, and then obviously Max's dad coming out. But that didn't seem to affect him too much, whereas Newey and whatever's going on over there now at the moment, they just can't get it right, and the car just doesn't seem itself. Obviously, it doesn't help them in the construction, obviously losing Perez on the first lap, and Max finishing, is it 50 finished? 6th, around that sort of area. So yeah, it makes it a bit more interesting, which is for the neutral, who's not fully invested. I'll watch the sport and find out a lot of the drivers. So it's not like where you've got one football team. I like the competitiveness. So for the last couple of years, it's not been the most competitive support. So it's been nice to see this go. Hopefully, we'll start seeing a bit of a more of a sort of a bump in the market. I've not checked Charles's since yesterday, since the race to see, but I've seen a lot more posts about people with his cards. So I'm sure when people post, they usually want to add a little extra percentage here and there, and maybe put a few cards on for sale. But we'll see what happens there. But I think this now being more of a challenge, it should bring a little more interest back into it. Ferrari winning instead of McLaren winning the other week. So yeah, we've shaped up for a good season. I'd like Lewis to get a final win from Mercedes. It'd be nice. But it's been a couple of years since he's won a race, so I would like Lewis to win a race. But, he's not going to win his final World Championship, is he, at Mercedes? So it'd be nice for him to win at least a race or two. It'd be nice, and then head over to Ferrari. Him and Charles. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, now we move on to FA Cup. Heartbreak for my team. Jubilation for the other side of Manchester, with the Man United coming with a 2-1 victory. I don't think a lot of people saw that. I'd be interested to see the amount of people that put bets on that. I think that was the first goal. I don't want to say City were in control. Pep did his usual thing when playing it left to right, a lot of possession in their half. It was just very slow. I think he just tried to fatigue the United players physically and sort of mentally. Again, a long ball and miscommunication with obviously Ortega, who's only played 2 Premier League games, the FA Cup games, etc. So I don't know how many games he's played with Garvidal. It's a bit of miscommunication and pretty much gifted Garnacho a tap in. He should have got on his knees and headed it in. One of them ones, just bam. So yeah, that doesn't really put you on the back foot, but I think you know, if you probably had a game plan up until the 45 of controlling it, tiring them out, maybe scoring, probably not conceding like that. And then it just gave United energy, the fans energy, gives energy, and the second goal, I mean, it was just, it's not unplayable because obviously you can, you know, certain people could have been tired, could have done this, could have done that, but it was just, yeah, you just got to appreciate certain things. You know, the ball across field, you know, the control. I mean, the Fernandez sort of no look fake shot pass, and Manu, the audacity to put it back where the keeper just come from. Probably despite having a bigger section in front of him when he got goalkeeper was going to, you know, to aim at. Yeah, it is what it is. I didn't go as well. I had tickets. I didn't go. I had a feeling. Just gonna say that. I didn't put a bet on it, but I had a feeling. I was like, I think it just meant more. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation around Ten Hag. Is he staying? They needed to win for you know, to get some sort of European football. Although I do think not getting European football would have benefited United a lot better for the Premier League next season. I just don't know the calibre of players they're going to attract for, you know, the Europa League to really enhance them and give them that strength in depth. Where I think if they were out of it, again, I said this about Chelsea last year, though. I thought Chelsea would do better than they did. I mean, I know they finished, was it 6th? I think they finished in the end. But yeah, I always feel like when you're playing, like Leicester, it's like, yeah, you know, when you're playing once a week compared to the, you know, obviously the next year you have City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Villa all playing, you know, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League. You know, it adds up, especially if you've not got that strength in depth. You know, so you're probably going to see the same with Newcastle this year, where they sort of fell off a little bit. Probably going to see something similar with Villa next year. I mean, they're going to be in a tough group. You know, probably a bit like Newcastle's group of death. So yeah, I think you're going to see something similar. So if you're not in them sort of, you know, the Europa League, the Europa Conference sort of thing, you're only playing once a week. Then maybe, you know, a few months on, you've got an FA Cup game, so you're playing twice a week, and, you know, the Carabao Cup sort of thing. It's never really that much effective compared to the people who've got cramming games here, everywhere. You know, a Saturday, a midweek, and then like another Saturday game, for instance, and it's like, oof. So yeah, I think it might have helped them, especially if you've got a Thursday to Europa League, and then potentially a Sunday game here. Then it might be a quick turnaround because of, you know, games you've got to catch up with. But what do I know? It's going to be interesting to see what happens with United, because obviously Varane leaving, there's talks of Casemiro. You know, do we know about the manager yet? Who's coming, who's going? I think looking at the way that Højlund sort of finished the season, Garnacho, Maino, they've got a decent-ish, you know, young core to build around. They're all quite attacking, so the defence needs to be in line. I think trying to keep Martinez fit is going to be a big ask and something they need to do to help. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens over there. It's going to be very interesting. Maybe see Manchester United challenging for top 4 again, which, yeah, could be interesting. But with the Premier League season, the cup's all done. Last week, still do have the Champions League final, and it's just, you know, not too distant future. Wembley's been busy. Obviously, the playoff championships yesterday with Southampton back in the Prem. It's going to be interesting. I have a few friends that are Southampton fans, but yeah, that's going to be another lot of down south games, isn't it? You know, if you're Newcastle next year, you're Bournemouth, Southampton. Jesus, and as well as all the London teams, you know, like Chelsea, Palace, Fulham, Arsenal. You might as well just move down south, haven't we? You might as well just move all down south. Jesus, nothing but down south teams. But yeah, so we do have the Champions League final coming up. But more importantly, look at the Euros. It's coming home. I think we can be excited as English people. We can be excited. I don't think there needs to be too much a weight of expectation on the English team. I think it's going to be exciting. They're very young. Well, not very young. We've got a good young core again. The Fodens, the Bellinghams, the Kobe Mainus, even Wharton. I think had a very good season at Palace. I think attacking, obviously Cole Palmer. I think attacking wise, it looks very good. It's defensively, it worries me. Obviously Luke Shaw has not been consistent with injuries and, you know, and whatnot. feels like Kieran Trippier took a bit of a knock during some friendly, in Australia for Newcastle versus Tottenham, which God knows what's going on there. Before a championships, I mean, whatever. Maguire, Stones. Is that going to be the partnership? I mean, Stones hasn't exactly played a lot of games. Maguire, coming back from an injury. Do you have Walker as your right back? Where does Trent fit in? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Pickford's a good goalkeeper. He's done well this year. I'm not sure is like my number one for me, but I think it's from what we've got, it's going to have to be. But so the back end of it, it's a bit like oof. But if that, the Rice, Bellingham, Foden, Palmer, if they can keep the ball, especially that's similar to sort of Man City way, keep teams pen back, use this, work the space, pass it around, make the runs. We've got people going to make the magic. Whether it's Bellingham to force himself past a couple of players and free up some space and some other players. Palmer can make space. Foden, Kane can score goals. So if we can keep it that side of things, I think we'll be all right. I think if we're penned back a little bit, or possibly counted as well, could be a big one. But it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I think, Spain could be a bit of a sneaky one. If everyone's fit, it's going to be good to see that team sort of play out. Dani Almo, I think, is a really good player. I presume they're going to have the likes of Ferran Torres and Pedro, Gavi, Lamine Yamal maybe in there doing some bits. So I think that's going to be interesting. It's such a young sort of, not core, but a young feel to it. Even if it's going to be Germany with Florian Wirtz, who had a great season at Leverkusen, which we'll touch on shortly. But I think it's going to be a really good home advantage for the Germans as well. I'm looking forward to the Euros. I think it's going to be a good watch. It's going to be, if we can get some sun, unlike, I don't know where you are now, in bank holiday Manchester, it's obviously raining, so not the best bank holiday, but if you get some sun, I think the beer gardens are going to be rammed. It'd be cool to get some decent products. I know we've just had the Topps UCC released a game, which is 1 auto, 1 relic in there. Retail, I think it's $24.99, which is not a bad little purchase. But it'd be cool to get some decent products at that time, and get a good rip. I think Premier League Select's out around that sort of time, which would be good. But I think it just really brings the whole football, soccer thing together at the time. Because let's face it, we've got the Olympics as well happening. Maybe another Topps Team GB set, maybe a Topps Olympic set. All the great Olympians over the years. So it's Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt. That'd be kind of cool. But it's Euros, baby. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. But it's getting a classic. But it's going to be good. It's going to be a good watch. I've got high hopes for England. I think we've got a good chance. But I do think there's a lot of good strong teams out there. So you can't forget France. I think that's Germany, Spain. But it's going to be good. I'm excited for it. That's all I can say. I'm excited. And then let's go back to Leverkusen. Finally beaten. Again, what an amazing season. As of recording this, they obviously lost to Atalanta with Adama Lookman scoring a hat-trick in the final, which is crazy. They got battered that game. I don't know what happened there. But they came back and won the German Cup, the Pokal Cup, 1-0 against Kaiserslautern. Don't know if I pronounced that right, but message me in the comments and say I'm an idiot. He won, so it was a double for them, which is they only ever won 2 trophies beforehand, and they've just picked up another 2 with Xabi Alonso this year. So that's 4 trophies in the team's history to them this year, which is quite similar to my beloved Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, before Mahomes, we didn't have that many Super Bowls, and since then we picked up another 3. So, now 4th-time Super Bowl champions. Slowly catching up to the dynasties of the Steelers and the Pats. Just saying. But so it's crazy how a good year or 2 can change the fortunes of a team, of a franchise. But I think it's going to be interesting next year with Xabi Alonso. I know he's been told by the board that likes of Florian Wirtz will not be going, or they'll do everything they can to keep him. I think he would want to stay as well. Again, a year in the Champions League with them, see how they get on. I think if they have another good year, that is going to raise a lot of people's stocks and prices. Xabi Alonso included, also Florian Wirtz. It's going to be interesting with obviously Grimaldo on the left had a really good year. Frimpong on the right. There's a lot of interest, especially from, I would say, bigger clubs, because that's kind of disrespectful, but clubs abroad maybe have a higher profile. I think obviously Frimpong being a former City player, I don't know if there's a buyback clause there, but I know there's sort of interest in bringing him back. Obviously Walker's not like getting younger. Florian Wirtz would make a great De Bruyne sort of replacement, but again, he'd walk into any Premier League team at the moment. Possibly, maybe not Arsenal. I think they'd be kind of set with Odegaard. But I don't know if they need someone like that. But yeah, you get the drift. So again, it's going to be interesting. But no, them as players, how they develop over the next year with Champions League, and maybe an added sort of pressure, because the team's now going to want to be this team, right? That's the unbeaten team. We couldn't beat them last year in the Bundesliga. We couldn't do it. Everyone sort of puts an extra target. Everyone works out a little bit harder. So that's going to be interesting. Obviously, Bayern looks like they're getting Vincent Kompany as a manager. We'll see how that one goes, if he goes there. But yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, probably more so with Florian Wirtz and over sort of Frimpong and Grimaldo, but you might see a bit of a spike in cards, because he's going to be the focal point for Germany, or one of the focal points for Germany in the Euros. He's obviously come off the unbeaten season. There's going to be a lot of speculation throughout the season whether he goes good or bad. Because even if he goes bad, I think there'll be talks that he's unhappy, he wants to leave, and then the teams will still come, because him as a player is a class player. So he could be one to watch out for. So I think you'll see a lot more of him again over the Frimpongs and Grimaldos, just because of their positioning and what they sort of do. They're not in the headlines as much as the likes of Florian Wirtz. Victor Boniface has been on the bench quite a bit lately, and there's a lot of talk about him beginning the season. I'd be surprised if he leaves. Maybe he'll go into talks and say, listen, I want to start more, or I want to play more, and they might have a new striker in mind, with, again, hitting harder at the Bundesliga, going into Champions League. So you never know. I know there's a few teams that need a striker. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens there. It'd be interesting. And next up, go on to releases. Not much coming out this coming week. I always find that weird. I mean, I obviously know there's a lot of sort of American products, but releases on bank holiday weekends. People like to, obviously people have more money, but people like to go away bank holiday weekends, and people like to do things, and sports events on. Obviously, we've had the F1, the FA Cup, the Championship teams, fight out in the playoff finals. We had boxing, obviously, with the Taylor Catchall rematch. So I don't know. I just think you always get stuff out, whether top sort of up the tops now stuff, and you start getting now moments from these things. I mean, if you're a Southampton fan, more so than the Leeds fan, obviously, it is tops now moments of the Adam Armstrong goal, and your team lifting the trophy and getting promoted again. You're probably gonna want that card if you're a collector, right? Tops now, there wasn't a knockout or anything like that in the fight, but to get tops now, that boxing fight, especially if you were there, it brings that sort of connection to the sport. Like, how was that fight? And you saw, there's a top now picture of some of the fight scenes, or scenes like it's a film, or even Catchall getting his hand raised and the celebrations afterwards. I don't know. I think it brings sort of the sport a little bit closer to the people. Again, we're going to see loads of stuff with Formula 1, because they're always quite good with that. So yeah, you see a lot of tops now stuff with Charles, which would be nice. I think that would take off good money. But yeah, I just think there's other sports as well they could have done that around. I think darts was on the weekend as well. I'm not the biggest follower of darts, I can't remember. So we had the Ice Hockey World Championships. I think Russia won that. Did Russia win it? Check. I was just reading this as well about 10 minutes ago. Well, not 10 minutes, because I probably recorded longer than 10 minutes, but whatever. 10 minutes before recording this, Czech won it. It was, yes, one of them sort of countries. I completely forgot. It's just in my mind. It's because I was too busy celebrating, obviously, Rangers going 2-1 up. Yeah, the series over there for the Stanley Cup. It's been, we started off not too well with a defeat, but we're pulling that back. I think the Dallas Stars are winning as well. Are they drawing us? They're drawing their series and they play tonight. So that's kind of crazy. But hoping for the Rangers. Let's go Rangers! I'm hoping we can do it. 2-1 baby. And then obviously basketball. Looks like a few sweeps. Everyone's sweeping to the final. The Mavs just gone 3 up as we're recording this against the Timberwolves. It's gonna be tough. I'd like Timberwolves to win a game or two, just to make it a bit more interesting. Same with the Pacers. It's come close a couple of times. Both teams have. Let's be honest. There's been points in it, but I'd like the Pacers to give us something. Just to put a bit of maybe doubt in these minds of these teams and go whoa, and cause an interesting sort of game 5, maybe even game 6. But it looks like the Celtics are gonna go through and face the Dallas Mavs. I don't want to talk too soon, but obviously both of them are up 3-0, I believe. It's gonna be interesting. Is it gonna be Luka or Tatum who's gonna get that first ring, baby? I don't know. One half of me would love it to be Luka and Kyrie. The other half would really to Tatum. Jalen Brown as well. It's going to be interesting. I think that's going to be a good series. Again, this one's not over between Timberwolves and Mavs. I don't want to say it is. It's going to be difficult for them to come back. Same with the Pacers. I think they've had a great year. Indiana's sort of booming as well at the moment. Obviously with the Pacers doing well with Tyrese Halliburton. Obviously Caitlin Clark going over there, not having the greatest start to this, the WNBA season for herself. Obviously the team's not a hugely successful franchise. That's why they want to see the first pick and get Caitlin Clark. And she's adjusting to the league. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of scrutiny on her. But she's a young woman who's finding her feet in a new league, so a new team, new sort of coaching system and everything. So I'm sure she'll put it together. Like I always say, it's form is temporary, class is permanent. So it's going to be interesting there. And obviously with the Colts as well, Anthony Richardson, started the season well, like in sort of a Lamar Jackson type, very sort of athletic, very like to run around and gain them yards. Took the injury, seems to be sort of a man of the people of that town as well. There's been a few videos of him trotting around doing things and going to people's houses, etc. So it's good for Indiana to have that sort of hype as well at the moment. We're probably see with the Bears a little bit. Obviously the Caleb Williams scenario, and there's rumours that he's not performing well. So it's going to be interesting. I tell you what, Pinch I think he's a decent quarterback. I'm hoping he's going to have a good year for numerous reasons. I think he will. After what I've watched him play a few times, we'll see. The jury's out. But yes, on to releases again. Not much out this week. We have Fire Board Game Relics Baseball, Panini Obsidian Basketball, Panini Stars and Stripes Baseball, Leaf Metal Signature Series, Panini Select Premier League Soccer. I think it's a very nice set. And TriStar Hidden Treasures Autograph Football jerseys. Not many there that obviously attract me personally. I think the Obsidian Basketball, I like Obsidian in every sport it does. I think Obsidian's a nice looking set. I'm not, do you know what? Stars and Stripes Baseball, again, Panini, so not licensed. I'm not too fussy about Stars and Stripes. Leaf Metal Signatures, is one of them sets. And then Premier League Select. I think Select's done well, especially last year. Select was really nice. It was a good rip. I like Select. It's going to be good. I've not seen a chat list, but I'm sure there's some decent chases in there. I'm sure Kobe Main is going to be in there and be one for the United fans. Obviously be first sort of stuff for him, as well as also Prism, but Select's always nice. I'd like to see that that I've said this before, I think, about having the picture of him sat on the board as a scorer is Mainu, Garnacho, Hoyland. If that even if it was a booklet, it was a triple order, it'd be so good. It'd be so good. And I'm not even a United fan, I'm a City fan, Jesus Christ. But yeah, just them sort of iconic moments. This is the thing that I always picture should be on cards. We've seen it with the City set the other year when Grealish on top of the bus, arms out and just embracing the rain, embracing the support. I think it was just iconic pictures that makes things. I think Doku did it last night at the Prix as well. He was on top of the bus doing all this. But yeah, Select it's probably going to be a big one. You're going to hear a lot of people push that. Again, spend responsibly if you're getting involved in breaks. There's obviously places to look at break comps. It'd be interesting to see break comps actually cover Select, with it being sort of an American company. Hopefully they do, because I'm pretty sure a lot of Americans will try and get this sort of break sold with the Haaland chase, etc. Even the Garnacho chase as well, I suppose. But just make sure you spend it responsibly. There's been a few issues lately where people are trying to get into breaks and stuff with Klarna, and it doesn't really work with certain things, not breaks. I didn't delve too much into it, but just be careful if you're gonna use something like that. Again, if you're using this to pick up stuff, maybe just I know there's this thing about gotta have it straight away, but maybe just sit back, wait a little bit, and all you just suddenly like we always see the market, the cars that you want will come down. You'll want the main, and you'll see now his top stuff that's been out for 4 or 5 months. They're all starting to come down a little bit. A bit of a spike because of his performance, but when the Select comes out and all his stuff in Select comes out, the price will come down a little bit. So just if it's a collection stuff, just bide your time. Again, always if you need to look at that sort of stuff, marketmoversapp.com. Get signed up, use the code Mahomes, get a 14-day free trial, check all the data out, see if it's for you. If it's not, cancel it free of charge. If you want to keep it, buy a package. It's meant to sort your budget, get 20% off for life. So it'll help you make the right plays, whether it's for collection purposes, whether it's investment. So yeah, that's been my advice there. But you're gonna get a lot of people sort of, especially over in England, they're gonna try and sort of ram this down your throat. So it's the best, oh my god, come and get involved. But use this, don't believe the hype too much. It's just cardboard. Don't get yourself in any financial debt, don't get yourself stressed out and cause yourself this anxiety about stuff. It's just a bit of cardboard. You'll be able to get it 2 months down the line, 2 weeks down the line, just again, use the noggin. But no, appreciate you guys as always. Another episode done. I'm close to 50 now, right? I think we're on 49. Is this episode 49? So yeah, I'm gonna do something different for 50, and maybe new thumbnail, I don't know, new logo, maybe change the logo up. I do have one from when it first started by the good boy Rainey. He did one that was quite cool. I might put that on for the special 50th. And then I might just start changing things up a little bit. I don't know, go a bit rogue. We'll see. But no, I appreciate everyone. And I do have some guests coming up. I'm really excited. A couple of guests, obviously. Still waiting on sort of sorting things out with the Card Ninja. I think, obviously, I don't know if you've seen the latest stuff he's doing with a photographer who is official through F1. So some of the pictures are just looking outstanding. And what I'm looking forward to is Third Down Displays. Obviously, they are the sponsors of the Top Load podcast. But also good friends of mine, so I've got a lot of stuff to get into, especially around the Kurt's Card Care stuff, because with them being an official supplier, they've obviously been in touch with Kurt quite a lot. They've had the product for a long time. They clean cards with Kurt's Card Care, so they have a lot of input, a lot of information around this whole drama with PSA and is it going to do anything to your cards. So I'm looking forward to getting into that sort of stuff and other stuff with them. You never know, they might drop some new information for us, some exclusives. So I'm looking forward to speaking to those guys. I've got a lot of time, a lot of love for them guys. And also another one I'm really excited for is the Grading Club. They were sort of obviously disappeared, but they time off and focus on the business and back. If you don't know Grading Club, it's a middleman service. So you send your cards to them. They will, I believe they can clean your cards. I think you can actually send them with third down, clean them up, get a pre-grade and sent over, etc., etc. So we're gonna go through the whole process. So I can give you more straight facts on that. They can give you the, from horse's mouth facts. So we're gonna go through everything of, how to send them, what to send them in, what the process is gonna look like. Even other things like packs and tickets, for instance, and stuff you have to sort of declare, because obviously on tickets you can sort of put, say if it was the Man City versus West Ham game from last year, which was Haaland's Premier League debut, it's his first goal. You can put on there sort of, City, I think it was 2-1, 2-0, whatever. Haaland's first Premier League goal, and how that sort of gets verified and what you can put, etc., etc. So we'll go through all this hopefully with them. It's just so it makes this sort of streamlined. It makes it a lot easier for you guys. All the information should be there for you guys to make it as simple as possible. It's always the best thing I try to do for you guys. I mean, things with least friction always win. So I'm trying to give you all the information so you can tune in, get it all, and hopefully win. So I'm looking forward to that one. Hopefully it should be with Air from the Green Club this week. So that'll be next Monday. Touch wood that if nothing comes up. But it would just be good to hear from him, hear from the business, things that have changed, things that are going forward, and then just again streamlining that process for you guys, so from A to Z, the whole process. And anytime you can just come back to this episode, that episode, and listen to it, go, okay, I need to put it in a card saver. Okay, I need to put it in this. I need to know how much it's going to cost and what an upcharge is and how much you expect, and times to pay and turnaround times, etc. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, it's going to help myself out and help you guys. But yes, keep a look out for them. Make sure you're on the Insta, the TikTok, we're doing a few things as well, and obviously the YouTube, Pat Rip Mahomes. But do have some other things in the pipe work as well. In the pipeline, I don't know which one it is, probably both of them, maybe none of them. Boom bow. Which is going to be interesting. Appreciate you guys always. Just know that I do this for you guys. And I love and respect you guys too. So, peace.